Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to Mustang Academy. Today, I'm going to tell you about 5 common mistakes which a candidate makes, which doesn't allow him to get screened in. As you are aware, more than 80% of the candidates they don't get screened in. Okay, so but if you avoid these 5 common mistakes, then your chances of getting screened in is very high. So let's start with the lecture. So the first and most common mistake which a candidate makes is not to perform well in OIR. If you practice around 50 OIRs, that is verbal and non-verbal, before coming to the SSB, your OIR performance will be good. OIR 1 is 80% or more, OIR 2 is 75% or more marks in your verbal and non-verbal. If you are OIR 1 or OIR 2, your chances of getting screened in are very high. Let me tell you, assessor finds it very difficult not to select you if you're OIR 1 or 2. Okay, now let's come to the second most common mistake. So the second most common mistake is not seeing the picture carefully. If you are not seeing the picture carefully, like you just see the characters and not pay details to the background. What is there? Fields, trees, road, vehicles, okay, shops. These are also equally important. They give background to the story. They give depth to the story. If you are not able to see the essential details of the picture, your story will not be good. And while discussion, you will be able to not able to project your point properly, and others will be able to point out mistakes, obvious mistakes in your discussion or while you are giving a point. So be very careful to see the picture carefully. Okay, now that we come to the third important point. The third most important point is when you go to PPDT for discussion, your turnout. Before even you speaking anything out from your mouth, your dressing speaks a lot. If you are not dressed properly, it gives an impression that you are not very serious about SSB. You are not respectful towards the SSS who are there. So, gentlemen, be very careful in your turnout. Be immaculately dressed, hair combed. If you've got shave, you have to shave properly, carefully. The dress should be immaculate. If it is a winter dress, the blazer is not out of the place. If it is a summer like May, June season, then open collar, that is formal shirt, belt, trouser and shiny shoes. These are the essentials. So be very well turned out for screening. Now let's come to the third point, fourth point. Aggressive body language. So this is the most common mistake while you're narrating or when the discussion is going on. Let others speak. If you don't let others speak, that gives that impression, or it is obvious that you are dominating the group. Do not dominate the group. Speak only when the other person has finished. Don't speak when the other person is speaking and you're cutting his speech. Don't do that. It gives the impression that you're not very social, and social adaptability is the one of the main factors which doesn't allow. If you have some problem in social adaptability, that is factor 2, you will not get selected even if you are OIR 1. So gentlemen, be very careful about your body language. Now let's come to the next point. not being fluent in English. Gentlemen, if you are not fluent in English language, you will not be able to express yourself with ease and clarity, and the confidence will be lacking. Confidence is the most important thing during a discussion when you are, in a group of candidates or a group of people, and when someone is assessing you. Confidence is most important. In fact, self-confidence is also one of the officer-like qualities which I have mentioned in my previous topics. So, if you are not clear about the language English, so you will not be able to express yourself. So, be very careful that you are comfortable in the English language and you have practiced enough of verbal speaking, public speaking, discussion amongst your colleagues and peers so that you are not found wanting in speaking English. Now I'll give you one more bonus tip for you to not make mistake and increase your chances in screening. Looking at the assessor, don't look at the assessor when the group discussion is going on. Be looking at your colleague who's speaking or the chest number who's speaking in front of you or besides you. Don't look at the assessor. When you look at the assessor, it gives an impression that you are nervous. You seek approval and you're not concentrating on the group discussion, or you're not serious about the exercise. You're more serious or more worried about whether you will get selected or not, which will definitely result in not getting selected. So just imagine that just the group is there, the assessors are not there, and concentrate on the group, concentrate on what the other person is speaking so that you are able to respond if required with logic and sense. So gentlemen, these were the 5+1 common mistakes which prevent a candidate from getting screened in. So I hope you don't make these mistakes and your chances of getting screened in will increase. Thank you, gentlemen.